The immune system is an intricate network of barriers, cells, and proteins that work together to defend the body against harmful pathogens, such as bacteria, viruses, and parasites. This system operates in a highly coordinated and complex manner, and its functioning is typically divided into three phases: barrier defenses, the innate immune response, and the adaptive immune response. These phases work in tandem to protect the body from infections while maintaining a balance between responding to threats and preserving healthy tissues. Barrier defenses. The first phase of immune defense consists of physical barriers, such as the skin and mucous membranes, which act instantly to prevent pathogens from entering the body. These barriers include not only the skin, but also the lining of the respiratory, digestive, and urogenital tracts, which serve as entry points for pathogens. Mucus, saliva, and other secretions also play a role by trapping pathogens and containing enzymes or antibodies that can neutralize them. In this phase, the body aims to prevent infection before it can spread into deeper tissues. Innate immune response. When pathogens breach the barrier defenses, the innate immune response is triggered. This response is rapid but nonspecific, meaning it reacts to a wide range of pathogens without targeting any one specifically. The innate immune system includes several specialized cells and soluble factors that quickly identify and attack invaders. The cells involved in this response include phagocytic cells, which engulf and destroy pathogens, and natural killer cells, which target and kill virus-infected or cancerous cells. NK cells contain cytotoxic granules, similar to certain cells in the adaptive immune system, and are among the first responders to infections. The innate immune response also includes inflammatory reactions, where chemical signals recruit immune cells to the site of infection and promote tissue repair. Adaptive immune response. The adaptive immune response, the third phase of immune defense, is slower to initiate but more specific and effective. This phase is primarily regulated by lymphocytes, a type of white blood cell that plays a central role in recognizing and responding to specific pathogens. Unlike the innate immune response, which attacks broadly, the adaptive response targets pathogens with precision, offering long-lasting immunity. There are two main types of lymphocytes: B cells and T cells. B cells are responsible for producing antibodies, which are proteins that bind to specific molecules found on pathogens. Once activated by contact with an antigen, B cells differentiate into plasma cells, which produce large quantities of antibodies that neutralize or mark pathogens for destruction. This antibody-mediated immunity is a critical aspect of the adaptive response and is highly specific to the pathogen encountered. T cells, on the other hand, do not produce antibodies but perform various roles in orchestrating the immune response. Different types of T cells secrete signaling molecules, known as cytokines, that help coordinate the activity of other immune cells. Cytotoxic T cells can directly kill cells infected with viruses or other intracellular pathogens. Both B and T cells provide immune memory, meaning they remember pathogens from previous encounters, allowing the immune system to respond more quickly and effectively during future infections. Differentiation of immune cells. All the cells involved in the immune response originate in the bone marrow from hematopoietic stem cells. These stem cells have the ability to differentiate into various blood cells throughout a person's life. The immune cells are broadly classified into three categories based on their function: phagocytic cells, which engulf and destroy pathogens; lymphocytes, which manage the adaptive immune response; and cells with cytoplasmic granules, which mediate responses against parasites and certain infections. Types of lymphocytes. Lymphocytes, which include B cells, T cells, plasma cells, and natural killer cells, are essential to the adaptive immune response. B cells, B lymphocytes generate a diverse array of antibodies that specifically bind to antigens on pathogens. When B cells encounter an antigen, they are activated and differentiate into plasma cells, which secrete antibodies that circulate throughout the body and help neutralize pathogens. T cells. T lymphocytes play multiple roles, from directly killing infected cells to regulating other immune cells. Helper T cells release chemical messengers that stimulate and coordinate the immune response, while cytotoxic T cells destroy infected or abnormal cells. Plasma cells. Plasma cells are specialized B cells that have fully differentiated to produce and secrete large amounts of antibodies. These cells are equipped with an abundance of protein-synthesizing machinery, which enables them to generate the necessary antibodies to combat infections. Natural killer cells. NK cells, though part of the innate immune response, share similarities with cytotoxic T cells. They are particularly important in the early stages of viral infections and in controlling the growth of tumors. NK cells can recognize infected or abnormal cells and destroy them using cytotoxic granules. Conclusion: the immune system is a highly sophisticated defense mechanism that protects the body through a combination of barriers, innate responses, and adaptive immune functions. Each phase of the immune system operates in harmony to detect, neutralize, and eliminate pathogens. From the instant reaction of barrier defenses to the highly specific and memory-driven adaptive immune response, the immune system is essential to maintaining the body's health and preventing infection. Through the coordinated actions of various immune cells, including lymphocytes and phagocytes, the body is equipped to handle an array of microbial threats, keeping us safe from potentially harmful invaders.